Welcome to Be Brilliant with Jing Lang, the podcast dedicated to those seeking to excel in every aspect of their lives. Through conversations with her guests, Jing will tease out personal stories, helpful tips, and proven strategies to help you elevate your life and reach your highest potential. Get ready to dive in and discover what it means to be truly brilliant. And now, here's your host, Jing Lang.
Welcome, Brilliant Minds, to the season finale of the Be Brilliant podcast. I am your host, Jing Lang, and what a journey it has been. I want to first say thank you to all of you who have been tuning in, growing, and listening with us through this incredible journey. At the beginning of the podcast, I had set the goal of 100,000 followers across all social media channels by the end of the year. And we have achieved. We ready? Drum roll, please. This is the drum roll. Drum roll, please. 2% of this overall goal. This is amazing. No, am I being facetious? No, 2,000 followers is a huge deal across YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Did I think I was going to achieve 100,000? Did I think that number was just a tad bit audacious or beyond audacious? You betcha. But there's still 3 months in a year. I may still be able to achieve that. I still have an entire season 2 to be released. One thing I've learned, Brilliant Minds, is that I show up to do my work, and the rest is really up to the universe. So thank you in advance for what you are giving me. I appreciate it. Before I reveal what's coming next, I do want to take a moment to the kind of conversations we've had in season 1. We've had many fascinating and meaningful conversations. We delve into the importance of pragmatism with Joe Hoffman. We talk about holistic health with Darryl Wagner. Climate risk and follow the path of curiosity is something we talked a great deal with Fred Matt. And we also ventured into entrepreneurship with Adrian Leventhal. I want to give a special thank you to Charles Cowling, the president of International Actuarial Association, for sharing his insights of how actuaries can embrace AI and his personal journey in becoming a priest. We also have an incredible discussion with Ronald Poole and Fat, who I have been friends with for the past 6 years through our passion for writing. And now to know that he's going to the board space, I know many companies will be blessed to have him. And Bill Morella, the CEO of Actex Learning, who is building community within and outside of actuarial education. What's also neat for me in the season 1 is that I got to speak with not one, but all 3 endorsed candidates for SOA's president-elect positions. Dave Dillon, Sharon Giffen, and Darryl Wagner. I was amazed to be able to learn what drives these amazing men and women for putting themselves forward in this position. Any 3 of them will be an amazing choice for our profession. And congratulations, Dave. So let's talk about a deeper. I talked about embarking on a physical transformation in the very first podcast. That's only part of it. What I've also been going through is mental transformation, a mental shift. As I got older, so I trained as an actuary. Well, my degree was in statistics, but I wrote my first actuarial exam when I was in school, and I became an actuary. I worked as an actuary for 16 years of my professional life. And I realized the older I got, I've gotten very good at dismissing ideas that excite me. Well, I guess I'm grateful that I still have ideas that excite me. But when they come up, I don't usually follow them. Many reasons. I don't know how. I don't have the time, the energy, the bandwidth. I'm already up to my eyeballs with obligation, you name it. But I realized it all boils down to is that I was scared. I don't want to try something and fail. So I stay behind the avalanche of excuses and just don't try. Because, hey, you can't fail what you don't do. So smart. Not quite. I can trace back to wanting to produce my own podcast in 2018. This is 6 years ago, right? I didn't follow it. It was just one of the things that I think to myself, it would be nice to do one day. But when one day is, that was not clearly defined. So this time, when I had the idea to start a podcast, I still didn't know how. I knew very little about podcast distribution. My interaction with YouTube, Spotify, and Apple were just strictly a consumer, a user. Forget distributing the podcast. I didn't even know how to produce the podcast. Like, do I do that in studio? Do I do that online? What platform do I use? Who's going to edit it? Who's going to produce it? I have way more questions than I did answers. But what made the difference this time is I decided to listen to my still small voice and acted on the idea. And maybe I didn't know how to produce a podcast yet, but I was sure I could figure it out. So let me give you some numbers. 8. Yes, 8. That's the number of weeks it took from having that idea, or the second visitation of the idea, to releasing the very first episode. 11. Is that 11? Which way? 11. That's how many episodes in this first season. And 2. And that's how many seasons we'll have. 2. That's how many seasons we'll have in 2024. 180 is the number of days between that idea that occurred in my mind and right now, the season finale. It's not a huge amount of time. Looking back, I'm astounded by how much progress the show made. It's just mind-blowing. So, if you have a dream, whether it's creating something, starting a new path, or chasing that crazy idea that keeps on nudging you, just do it. Don't wait for the right time. Wait for you to have the right space or financially secure. You can start right now. Do it. Start today, wherever you are. I learned something from every episode I produced. I didn't have all the answers, and I still don't. But the one thing I learned is that consistency breeds confidence, and quantity drives quality. So I encourage you, whatever it is that you want to do, start today. It just needs to be a tiny, teeny, weeny step towards figuring it out. Heck, just Google it. Google start, how do I do blah? Write it down. It doesn't need to be a fully formed secret master plan. It just needs to begin. And trust that as you go along, the pieces will come together. They always do. But you have to take the first step. Now, let's talk about the exciting things ahead. I'm thrilled to announce Season 2 of the Be Brilliant is going to be even more packed with amazing conversations and insights. We'll dive deeper into personal growth, explore new topics to push boundaries in our lives and careers, and bring more brilliant guests on board to share their stories. Starting October 3rd, we'll be releasing new episodes every Thursday. That's right, you can expect fresh, regular new content coming your way as we continue this journey together. And without giving away too much, Season 2 will have some surprises that I think you will like. So as we close the chapter of Season 1, I just want to say how grateful I am for each of you tuning in, sharing your thoughts, and being part of the community. It's not just about the conversation we've had, but about the conversation that we will continue to have as we grow together. So until we meet again for Season 2, keep pushing forward, stay curious, and be brilliant. Bye. See you next season.
That's a wrap for today's episode of Be Brilliant with Jing Lang. We hope you found valuable insights and motivation to fuel your journey. Be sure to like and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. And share this with 3 people in your life endeavoring to achieve personal greatness. Remember, brilliance is within you, and every step you take brings you closer to your best self. Keep striving, keep shining, and until next time, stay brilliant.